So, in typical fashion of me being me and following all the rules and YouTube still demonetizing my last video, I decided to keep going.
You're right. I've never been a quitter. Why, I've never known when to quit. Just ask my 4th grade teacher.
He never knew when to quit. Oh.
This is about our dear friend Daisey Ridley. I'm not really a fan. Never was. I only recall watching her on Toast of London. Didn't even really realize she was there. She could have been a house chair for all I cared. But before we get into that, I'd like to take a point and show you the power of social justice and how quickly they turn on each other like piranha. It's a very weird movement that seems like it has no direction, no leader, and no real goal other than fascism disguised as tolerance. Here's a video of a gender language course. Get ready to see retardation. Oh, I don't even think I could say that in YouTube.
If we want to defeat capitalism, we are going to need a party that will organize working people to fight for the demands that we want and to win socialism.
So they want to defeat capitalism, but I'm pretty sure they live very well inside of capitalism. These are the type of people that probably use all sorts of social media and buy a whole bunch of junk. You know, every Apple iPhone that comes out, no matter what they get it, simply because these are consumers. I mean, I don't believe in anything, honestly. Capitalism sucks, socialism sucks, blah, blah, everything sucks. But so far, capitalism seems to be working the best. May as well live with it. I mean, if I want a double cheeseburger, I can get it. I'm not quite sure communism will support my desire for double cheeseburger. Also, you notice the people are not clapping. Do you know why? Because clapping can be triggering. I'm not joking. That's why they're shaking their hands. It's like jazz hands. This is the world you live in. So the next time you say, okay, boomer to someone, remember that person lived in a time where you could clap your hands. I can't even make all the jokes I want about drugs.
Quick point of privilege. Quick point of personal privilege.
Yes.
Guys.
What the hell is a quick point of personal privilege? What is that?
First of all, James Jackson, Sacramento, he, him.
Oh God,
just
pronouns.
Say, please keep the chatter to a minimum. I'm one of the people who's very, very prone to sensory overload. There's a lot of whispering and chatter going on. It's making it very difficult for me to focus. Please, can we just, I know we're all fresh and...
People are doing the jazz hands for this man saying that people whispering is too much for him. It's a sensory overload. You know, you could tell that's a man who's never been in a fight in his life. Not once has he been in a drag-out fist fight, ever. He's probably been hit and ran. You know, like someone hit him, he goes, oh! And then he starts running. Quick point of personal privilege, I'm in danger. You know, that could be it. My God. I never thought I'd see the day when I would want to go back in time. But today's that day.
Ready to go, but can we please just keep the chatter to a minimum? It's affecting my ability to focus. Thank you.
Thank you, comrade.
Thank you, comrade? Good Lord. Do you really want to be a communist? Did you forget what Stalin did to the Russians during World War II? You think socialism's going to fix anything? Nothing fixes anything. Listen, just try to get paid and laid. That's my guide to life. Make as much money as you can and try to have the most fun you can. Because one day you're going to be dead. All right? It's going to be over. Hold on. The hell's that? God damn it.
Okay, is there a speaker against name, chapter, pronouns?
Point of personal privilege.
Yes.
Please do not use gendered language to address everyone.
Okay.
What the Christ, I was trying not to curse. Thanks a lot. Who said that? Wait, that was a man, wasn't it? That's, oh my God. Oh my God. The one with the pink hair, that's a dude. Let's move on. Daisey Ridley did an interview recently. This is from the Digital Spy. The Rise of Skywalker's Daisey Ridley faces backlash after privilege comments.
Wow, what a waste. The poor children.
And I quote, hoping she could learn from her ignorance. Ridley was asked if her background, including private boarding school, and relatives who are established in the industry, which explains how the hell she got the role. Have you seen her in anything else? She's not burning up the world, and you watch the Star Wars movie, she's not any good either. It makes you wonder how these people get a job, and then you realize nepotism has helped her to navigate the world of celebrity easier than her peers. The star replied, "The privilege I have, how? No, genuinely, how? Yes, Daisey Riddler. Forgive me, I've been thinking I'm Batman. Yes, Daisey Ridley, I don't know how she doesn't... Come on, girl, you're privileged. She is. Who else could star in a movie that is universally hated by the core fan base and still be praised for it? Who else? It's certainly not men. The second a guy screws up, he's done. Ex-pro Jared. He made one mistake, divorcing his wife via Twitter. And then all this other stuff came in to destroy this man. When reporter Nashi LQBL, is that a name? Is that a last name? Explained she meant in terms of class and wealth and wasn't criticizing her. Ridley went on to suggest that her experiences weren't dissimilar to those of her co-star John Boyega. Boyega, who plays Finn in the franchise, was raised in South London by British Nigerian immigrant parents and applied for a hardship fund to join theater, blah, blah, blah. Now, if I've learned anything from watching British television shows, especially if you can't pay, they'll take it away. More often than not, those like repo men that literally take people from their homes, they take their like stuff to pay debts. 9 times out of 10, they're taking out Nigerians. Every time I turn around, some black Nigerian is getting kicked out of their home with their children. It's like, we don't know where we're going to sleep. We will be on the streets. Meanwhile, Daisey Ridley has rich family members. Oh, well, whatever. But anyway, here's the funny thing. Remember a few days ago, or like a week ago, Daisey Ridley was doing a Star Wars rap with Step and Fetch It, even though he's white. What's his name? He went to school near me. God, Jimmy Fallon, that's it. Anyway, she did that thing with Jimmy Fallon doing the rap. Everyone loved it. They praised it. It was amazing. It's a point of personal privilege there, I think. It was the cringiest thing I ever saw, but I'll be damned if people didn't sit there and go, it's amazing. Oh, we go from that, where everyone loves Daisey Ridley, to literally everyone turning on her. Honest to God, this is kind of surprising. I mean, she was the social justice movement's little darling a few days ago. What happened? All she did was say she didn't think she had privilege, and that's what happens when you're privileged. You don't think you're privileged. I mean, I think I'm privileged. Wait, if I think I'm privileged, it doesn't mean I'm privileged, does it? I'm starting to get confused myself. Anyway, I mean, I've got to have some level of privilege. I mean, people want to speak to me now. Back in the day, no one cared if I lived or died. I'm moving up in the world. Except you two. They would really like it if I died.
Now, you know... Whoa! God damn it! God damn it! You son of a bitch! Oh!
Anyway, Daisey Ridley is the typical white woman not wanting to admit her privilege because it shines a light on their complacency in the overall white supremacist system. Gross. That took a turn I didn't see coming. Well, holy hell, looks like Hitler won World War II and I've been living under a delusion. White woman. Actually, you know what? I'm going to be real. This is going to be controversial. I think white women have more privilege than anybody else in America. Think about it, dude. If a guy, like there's a dude in the comic book industry, it just came to my attention like a few days ago. He was sexually harassed by a woman in the industry. Nobody cares. No one cares. But I'll be damned if a woman doesn't say someone did something to her and everybody's paying attention. Like, look what happened. I'm not even bringing it up. If I bring up the Zoe Quinn thing, it'll only lead to trouble because YouTube sucks. Why? I'm sorry. It's just like I'm reading all these comments and people are so upset at her. And a few days ago, they were upset that someone drew sexy photos of her. Does that mean my boy Pedro can do some more? White women, hi Daisy, do no one any favors by ignoring our white privilege. We still face other challenges, but we have a platform because we're white. And until we start using our platforms to place intersectionality in front and center, we are as bad as those who oppress us. Who's oppressing white women? Who? Have you seen Twitch? It's certainly not Twitch. White girls rule the roost on Twitch. Bruv. talk about how Daisy was tone deaf about white privilege, but seriously, what else can I expect from a white woman? Why did he spell it with a G? It's like, white? Daisy, with all her rich white privilege, says there wasn't a difference between her and John growing up. Disappointing. Daisy came through at the last minute and said, nah, I wait about to let these white women outshine me. Let me add my white privilege in. What? Daisy really said she doesn't have privilege as a white woman. Oh God, why did I read this article? What is wrong with white people? This is actually painful to read. How oblivious people are to their own privilege. Why can't people just recognize their privilege like we all have it in some way, shape, or form? That is true. When you're black, you can drop the N-bomb whenever you want, however you want. That's like the only thing you get, though. Like, that's like the only thing you get. And I'll be damned if people aren't trying to take that. I mean, leave it alone if you ain't black. Leave it to them. That's all they get. Is Daisy Ridley? I like Daisy Ridley, but I don't have privilege in the film industry because I went to a performing arts boarding school, was certainly a choice stance to take. Daisy Ridley, 27, a Star Wars actress in the movie industry whose best friend is a black man, doesn't know what white privilege is. Please stop lying to yourself. Daisy Ridley, being the typical rich white girl who refuses to admit her privilege, is not surprising. I guess you meant to say it's not surprising to me. I always like her, but I expect nothing from her. The thing that bugs me the most is that she thinks she and John are equal. I didn't expect that one. Glad she got canceled for denying white privilege exists. Being named Daisy Ridley is inherently white privilege? I don't really get it. Unless, like, that's the name of her rich family. Bitchy, Daisy Ridley does not understand white privilege, doesn't think she has privilege. Jesus Christ. Good God, that's all it took for everybody to turn on her. That was fast. That's why fame today doesn't mean anything. Back in the day, you had to do something really screwed up for everybody to turn on you. Now you wear the wrong color t-shirt, it can end your career. Then, later today, Daisy Ridley said, every sane person has an issue with Donald Trump, which is kind of funny. You know, yesterday she pissed off all the social justice types, and now today she pisses off the right. I gotta give her some respect in that sense. She is burning all bridges, and as someone who continuously burns bridges on YouTube, I've gotta respect it. So basically, this is from the same interview, but everybody's focusing on the fact that she felt she didn't have privilege, but they don't really care that she thinks Trump is nutty. I don't care about Trump this way or the other. I don't really care about much except me, and you should be the same. Let's see, it was asked by Noshin if Disney restricts what she can talk about publicly. She responds, no, I don't feel I have to edit what I say. The things that make me angry are the things that make everyone angry. Then you probably hate the Star Wars films. She continued, everyone is annoyed with Boris Johnson. Everyone has an issue with Trump. Every sane person anyway. Doesn't seem that bad to me in that context. I mean, really. Whatever. Point being, she's now the supervillain, am I right? Oh my sweet lord. You gotta be shitting me. This has somehow gone to 17 minutes? Oh, God, no. This is supposed to be fast.